Testing, testing. Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. Um, I'm Calamander. Uh, I am streaming from the Improvatars cave. Um, just to give you guys a little bit of an update because we are, um, sorry, Z-Man, not doing Black Box tonight. We are going to change up our formula a little bit. We have been streaming for like this is our 6th year. We're going into our 6th year of streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays every other week. And we are now going to stream once a week, every week on Thursdays. So Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be streaming. We're thinking of doing a Tuesday show like our Black Box Theater script readings or character workshops or something else on Tuesday nights. And then we'll still have our rehearsals on the same weeks on Mondays every other week. As far as I know. That's kind of what our plan is right now. So I don't know. That's mainly what I came here to say. I might stream just a little bit longer just because it's kind of fun. And I'm trying to find, well, let me see here. Docs. YouTube Live Control Panel. No, I think it's, sorry, I'm just going to see if I can see the live chat. Whoops. Well, I can see there's a viewer, but I can't see the chat. Chat. There it is. Ravenheart. Gosh, that could only be one person. No. And Malin Sellen. That must be a relative, if I had to guess. Let me see here. Well, gosh. You can jump in the chat if you want to. Ignore that first one. Okay, sounds good. Let me see here. I like OBS a little bit better, though I will say, oh, I see. Nice. I like OBS a little bit better, but I will say that there's still some things that, like, typically when I go live, it's very much the same thing every week. I am starting up VR chat. I'm in my VR headset, and I'm not on camera. And so, yeah, it's a little bit different right now, but that's okay. Let me do. Okay, display capture. Where is that? Okay. Oh, I see. My big head's in the way. Whoop. Eesh. Dock thing is kind of weird. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking about just messing around here a little bit longer, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm liking it better. It needs seating. That's, I think, the next thing I need to add is some seating to the theater. Now, we used to have seating But I remember having an issue where everything was too high polygon. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, like I said, typically I fire up OBS and I run all my streams, scene switching, everything directly through VR chat. Actually, now I can switch. So let me show you what that looks like. Whoa. Oops. I don't want it big like that. So let me play this here. Sorry, not to belabor it too much. But typically when I fire up the stream, there is a PC player character that I have that's watching just a little monitor in the back with just glued to its face basically. And then up front, I'm controlling everything on my end. So there's the big metal thing I was talking about earlier. So right here, I do my scene switching, and then I have a little monitor that will, no, it's going to be all highlighted the whole time. But I have a little monitor that shows me what's going on with my stream the whole time. And so I typically don't need to use the scenes in OBS. But if I'm going to be doing more things like this, I'm going to have to get more well-versed at it. But yeah, so right now I've got all these different camera angles set up. That was another thing I was going to work on tonight, was maybe setting up a more visual 2D top-down map. Actually, I can work on that a little bit. Exit play mode. What I was thinking of doing is just, yep, from here. Whoops. I think if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to hide a few things. Doing a top-down map that will let the person who's streaming understand where in the theater the cameras are placed. I don't like that. Why can I not? Okay. This looks okay. And then I will hide the static set. Perfect. So if I do a screenshot of the theater, I can bring this into Illustrator. And then I can create a top-down map of the Improvatars set that will show where the cameras are going to be spawning and whether or not they're animated, which can help a host when they're trying to camera switch live, which can be kind of a bear when you're trying to read everything and do all of that. So all right. New print. Okay, I like 1,000 by 1,000 pixels for my VR chat stuff, game development stuff. I don't know if that's better or worse, or it just depends, but usually square is good for textures. It's kind of what I'm thinking right there. I think probably be zoomed in a little bit more. Crop it. Sorry, this is kind of boring stuff, but it's just my day-to-day of a VR improv streamer. I should just set that to 1,000 by 1,000. Not 10,000. Apply. And then I can set that to the middle. There we go. Yeah. Yep, this is how it's made, man. I think I'm going to just turn the opacity down on that a little bit so you can tell where everything is. And then, camera shape. I'm just going to try to make up something quick here. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to do black. Same color. I don't know if this really is going to look like a camera, but it's kind of what my brain is thinking. That's I don't know, just playing around with some shapes here. Kind of going for like a top-down camera, but I'm going to have to indicate. Get rid of this, I think. I'm going to have to kind of indicate where where it's pointing. New. I just want it to be very clear where the camera is pointing when it's being activated, and I also want it to look like a button. Try something else. I think I like that better. It's just simple. So now we have what? What are you doing? I have to expand that so the shape stays the same. Didn't work. There we go. All right, that's our main center stage shot. And then we have one over here. One's over here. Got one over here. One over here. This one goes back and forth, so I'm going to put little arrows to indicate that it goes back and forth. I don't really like this yet. What I used to do is just add a stroke. That was like jagged. Sorry, like I said, kind of boring. Okay. I like that better. Maybe I'll just put like a line in here. Curved. group it. The wide shot over here kind of covers the whole theater. We have a crowd shot, which is animated. Get a host shot. And we get a screen shot. I don't know how to. Maybe I can like add a screen here. With like a gray border to indicate that it's the TV. Trying to think if there's any more. Sorry, you can only see part of that, can't you? There we go. A little bit better anyways. Let's see some of my crazy desktop, but oh well. Well, gosh, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to sign off here. I don't think anyone's here anyways, but thank you to people who did tune in or are watching this later. I'm going to finish setting up the visual camera board for our hosts. And I think that's about it. Have a good night. Thank you very much. We will see you live on Thursday, and then again the next Thursday is our current plan. So thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.